Hello students, in today's video we will be seeing about the first important type of source, that is archaeological sources. So like what we learned in the last video, sources of history can be classified into two groups. They are archaeological sources and literary sources. So we understood about the importance of sources in reconstructing history in the last video, and we also saw that sources are divided into two types or into two groups. They are archaeological sources and literary sources. So now we are going to learn archaeological sources in detail. So first of all, what are archaeological sources? Archaeological sources are remains of past human life and activities. As we all know, history is a reconstruction of past. So archaeological sources are the remains which past human life and activity have left behind. It includes the human relics, artifacts, etc. If you can understand more clearly if I tell you some examples. That is, the tools used by human beings, man-made objects, etc. are included in the human relics and artifacts. So all these things are included in archaeological sources. They are the only source when we don't have written records. We already have learned that history is classified into two periods, that is prehistoric age and historic age. In this prehistoric age, we don't have any written records. So without written records, how are we going to reconstruct history? That is the time when we make use of archaeological sources. So they are the only source when we don't have any written records. If we have written records, it is very easy to reconstruct. We can just read it and reconstruct history. But what if there are no written records? Prehistoric age, how do we know about them? That time we make use of the things which they used, the things which they made. All these materials collected together are called as archaeological sources. Some important archaeological sources include coins. Coins used by people were an important archaeological source. Seals, the jewelry which they wore, tools, remains of their buildings, paintings, all these are important archaeological sources. They give us useful information which later help to reconstruct history. So sources can be classified into two groups, archaeological sources and literary sources. Archaeological sources are the remains of past human life and activities. It includes the human relics and artifacts like stone tools, man-made objects, etc. They are the only source when we don't have any written records. Some important archaeological sources are coins, seals, jewelry, tools, paintings, etc. They give us useful information to reconstruct the history. The next point is excavation. That is, how do we get these archaeological sources? So what is excavation? It is the scientific digging of earth for unearthing sources. See, all these archaeological sources were used by man long before, and it is being searched for after many years by historians. So already it will be under the earth. So how do we get these out? For that we use excavation. So excavation is a scientific digging of earth to unearth or to find out the sources. Prehistory, or the age when there was no written records, was written with the help of excavation only, because during prehistoric time there is no written records. So only thing we can depend is archaeological sources. So prehistory was reconstructed with the help of excavation only. Excavation conducted at Tirunelveli, Madurai, etc. give us information regarding Stone Age, because many remains of Stone Age have been found in such places. So they give us information regarding Stone Age. Excavations at Takshashila, Gaya, Pataliputra, Hampi, all these give us information regarding social, cultural and religious life of the people. Remains found during excavations later are put to some scientific test. Why are they put to scientific test? Because to find out their age. How many years ago these things were used? To find things like that, many scientific tests are conducted, like carbon 14, potassium methods. So many scientific methods are there. Archaeologists use or scientists use these methods to find out how many years before or what age they were used in. So excavation means it is a scientific digging of earth for unearthing sources. Prehistory was written with the help of excavation only. Excavations conducted at Tirunelveli, Madurai, etc. give us information regarding Stone Age. Excavations done at Takshashila, Gaya, Pataliputra, Hampi give us information regarding social, cultural and religious life of the people, and these remains found after excavation are put to scientific tests to find out their correct age. Now next we will see about some archaeological sources in details. So first we will see about monuments. What are monuments? They are structures or places of historical importance. Structures or buildings or places which have some historical importance are called as monuments. If I tell you some examples, you will clearly understand. Some examples are forts, palaces, temples, statues, etc. See, we have seen many forts, Tipu's fort, palaces, Mysore palace, temples, Hampi temple, Belur, Halebeedu temple. So all these places, structures which have some historical importance are called as monuments. Ajanta Ellora caves, temple of Konark, Belur, Hampi, Gomateshwara statue, all these help us to understand the cultural heritage of India. So all these are considered to be archaeological sources. So monuments, they are structures or places of historical importance. Some examples are forts, palaces, temples, statues, etc. Ajanta Ellora caves, temple of Konark, Belur, Hampi, statue of Gomateshwara, all these help us to understand the cultural heritage of India. Next important archaeological source are coins. We have already studied that coins are an important archaeological source. The study of coins is known as numismatics. So the person who study about, there is a special science which study about coins. That study of coins is called as numismatics. Now how do coins help in reconstructing history? They help us to understand the age, dynasty, economic condition, religion, language, etc. You know that when you see a coin, there will be a picture or there will be something written on that coin. So from all these, from that writing, maybe it will be written in which age the coin was made. Sometimes it will be the king's name will be written. Sometimes the king's picture will be there on the coin. So with all these things, it helps us to understand the age, dynasty, economic condition, religion, language, etc. of a place. It also gives us information regarding metallurgy, trade relation, etc. Metallurgy means when you see with what material the coin was made. For example, if iron coins are there, you know that iron making or iron industry was prominent in that area. So if gold coins are there, gold mining was there. So like that, we understand about metallurgy, trade relation, etc. from coins. If coin of one country is found in another country, it helps us to tell that there was trade relation between them. Coins in India were made of gold, silver, copper, etc. So study of coins, it was called as numismatics. They help us to understand the age, dynasty, economic condition, religion, language, etc. They also give us information regarding metallurgy, trade relations. If coin of one country is found in another country, it tells about commercial relations between them. And coins in India were made of gold, silver, copper, etc. Next important archaeological source include paintings. Paintings give us a picture of cultural, social and religious aspects. So if you see a painting, an archaeological archaeological source, a painting if you see, you can find out about the culture of that place, the dressing style of that place, the religious aspect of that place. So all these will be understood from paintings. Paintings of Ajanta depict the picture of royal class, dance, dress, etc. It also depicts historical events. So paintings gives us a picture of cultural, social and religious aspects. Paintings of Ajanta depict the picture of royal class, dance, etc. It also depicts historical events. Next important archaeological source are inscriptions. Inscriptions are the most valuable, reliable and direct source in writing history. They are generally contemporary, that is, it is related to the event. An inscription is direct and it is related to the event. So what are inscriptions? You know that on temple walls and all, you will see some writings which are engraved. It is not handwritten with paint or it is not written with a pen or pencil. They are engraved on stones. It cannot be removed. They are engraved on stones, rocks, walls, seals and iron pillars. So they are engravings. So inscriptions are the most valuable, reliable and direct source of writing history because they are generally contemporary and it is related to the event. They are engraved on stones. On stones we can see inscriptions. On rocks we can see inscription. On walls, some temple walls will have inscription, seals and iron pillars. So paintings also are an important archaeological source and inscriptions also are an important archaeological source. More than 75,000 inscriptions have been found in India. So many inscriptions are found in India. It is said that more than 75,000 inscriptions have been found in India. They were written in different languages like Sanskrit, Pali, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, etc. So these inscriptions were written in different languages like Sanskrit, Pali, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, etc. And inscriptions contain details regarding events, donations, chronology. Everything will be written in an order in inscriptions. The study of inscriptions is called as epigraphy. So like we learned in the previous topic, the study of coins is called as numismatics. Like that, the study of inscriptions is called as epigraphy. And so there were 75,000 inscriptions found in India. They were written in different languages and inscriptions contain details regarding events, donations, chronology, etc. And the study of inscriptions is called as epigraphy. Some inscriptions like writings on the seals of Indus civilization, they have not yet been deciphered to the acceptance of all. Deciphering means to be able to understand or read a script. But some historians claim to have understood that, but some historians are not accepting. That is why it is said that some inscriptions like writing on the seals of Indus civilization are not yet deciphered to the acceptance of all. That is, it is not accepted by everyone that Indus civilization scripts are being able to be read. So because of this, Ashoka's inscriptions are regarded as the oldest one. If Indus civilization was deciphered, then Indus civilization would have been the oldest one. But because it has not yet been deciphered, Ashoka's inscription is regarded as the oldest inscription. It provides information regarding Ashoka's administration, political condition, etc. Another example of inscription is the Allahabad pillar inscription composed by Harisena. It tells about the achievements of Samudragupta. Aihole inscription of Ravikirti, Halmidi inscription, all these inscriptions have importance in the history of Karnataka. So like this, inscriptions are an important source of history. So inscriptions like writings on the seals of Indus civilization has not yet been deciphered to the acceptance of all. Because of that, Ashoka's inscription is regarded as the oldest one. Ashoka's inscription provides information regarding his administration, political condition, etc. Then Allahabad pillar inscription is a good example. It is composed by Harisena. It tells about Samudragupta's achievement. Regarding history of Karnataka, Aihole inscription of Ravikirti, Halmidi inscription, all are very important. So all these are the importance of inscriptions in reconstructing the history of India. That is why inscriptions are an important source for reconstructing the history. So today we have studied what are archaeological sources, then how do we find out archaeological sources, that is we have learned what is excavation, Then what are the different types of archaeological source? That is, we have learned about monuments, coins, paintings and inscriptions. So all these together are what we have to understand regarding archaeological sources in reconstructing the history of history. So next we are going to see some important questions related to the last video and this video. Name the work that mentions the extent of Karnataka. Kaviraja Marga of Sri Vijaya. Next is, what is numismatics? The study of coins is called as numismatics. Third one, what is excavation? The scientific digging of earth to unearth sources is called as excavation. Fourth one, what is the extent of Karnataka according to Kaviraja Marga? According to Kaviraja Marga, Karnataka extends from Kaveri in the south to Godavari in the north. Fifth one, name any two important dynasties that ruled Karnataka. Answer, Rashtrakutas, Hoysala, Vijayanagara, Mysore Wadayars, any two you can write. Sixth question, write any two physical features of Karnataka. Coastal region, Western Ghats, Malnad region, etc. Any two from these you can write. The next question, no sources, no history. Why? History is a record of past events which are reconstructed based on sources. Hence, it is said that no sources, no history. Question number 8. What is the difference between prehistoric and historic age? The period when written records are available or not available is called as prehistoric period, and the period when we get written records is called as historic period. So the period when written records are not available is prehistoric, and period when written records are available is historic. Mention any two uses of coins in the reconstruction of history. Coins help us to understand the age, dynasty, economic condition, etc. So that is how coins help in reconstructing history. They also give information regarding metallurgy, trade relation, extent of empire, etc. So coins help us to understand age, dynasty and economic condition. They also give information regarding metallurgy, trade relation, extent of empire, etc. Next question, what are archaeological sources? They are the remains of past human life and activities. Question number 11. Why are inscriptions the most reliable sources in reconstruction of history? Inscriptions are generally contemporary and related to the events, and hence they are more reliable. Question number 12. Write a note on the importance of archaeological sources in reconstructing the history of India. This question, this 12th question, is a 5-mark question, and the answer for this is explained in the video. So when a question comes, explain the importance of archaeological sources in reconstructing history of India, you have to first write what are archaeological sources. They are remains of past human life and activity. Then you can write some examples. Then you have to write about excavation. Excavation is scientific digging of earth for unearthing sources. Then you have to write details about excavation. Then you have to write about monuments. They are structures or sites of historical importance. You have to write examples and explanation about monuments. Then you have to write about coins, about the study of coins called as numismatics and how are coins helpful. Then next point you have to write about paintings, and the last one you have to write about inscriptions, study of inscriptions known as epigraphy, and some examples of main inscriptions. All these points together make a perfect answer for the question, importance of archaeological sources in reconstructing the history of India. So I hope you have understood this topic very clearly. Please go through all the question answers which I have given. I hope to see you in the next video very soon. Thank you.